Vibes Radio is fostering women-centered discourse and action, offering women a platform to be candid, share ideas, and information relevant to our wholesome development. Join Jael Joseph and Trudy Christian on Woman2Woman every Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we discuss live and in living color on Digital Channel 57, Facebook, and of course, the champion station, Vibes Radio. Good morning. Morning. I'm trying something out this morning. I'm trying something out.
Yeah, I see you playing top technician. Good morning. Good morning.
I'm trying something because you see the viewers on some of our platforms aren't able to hear us clearly. Like they think sometimes we're not there. They think we're not there.
Okay.
So I'm trying to connect to the Woman2Woman page so they can see us, so we can hear them. And yeah, I was trying something new this morning. How are you, Trudy?
I'm good. I had a very rough night, and it was rough because I was being romanced, Jael, by mosquitoes and heat. There was no electricity. So
you're being around that. I was like,
romanced. I mean, I'm not sure what was the arrangement between the mosquitoes and the electricity company, but they seem to have had an arrangement. And last night was torturous, I'm sure, for a lot of people who were cut off. So I'm tired, but I'm there. I'm there.
Wow, sounds rough. Sounds good.
Rough. Good morning, Jael. We have so many people already on. Good morning.
Oh my God, I don't miss that. Let me tell you, I don't like mosquitoes.
Hey, living in the tropics, it's just something else.
Let me tell you. And when I'm in Dominica, leave me in Loda because no mosquitoes. Oh my God. Yeah, good morning to all of the folks who are just logging in. If you're just coming on, good morning to you. Good morning if you're on radio, if you're on the TV, that's Digital 57. Good morning if you're in Montserrat, if you're in Dominica, if you're across the world, the Caribbean. Let us know where you're tuned in from, guys, when you come on. We see some New Jersey, our triple Fs.
Our faithful Facebook followers. Good morning to you guys. Good morning, Will. I see you already on. Rosalind, Jewel, Kimberly, good morning. You all are our faithful. Michelle, good morning to you. Joel, good to see you guys on, bright and early.
Pakamachi.
No.
Guys, for tuning in. And to those of you who will be coming on here for the first time, who are new, absolutely new, good morning to you, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us your time, and we hope that you can come back after today, right?
Welcome to Woman2Woman.
Yes, I was up until 3 a.m. and I am a little tired. Although I took a nap yesterday. Yes, Trudy, I took your advice. I took a nap. But I'm still a little tired from I have this SEO and I'm putting like my bouillon into it there when I tell them. Normally I just write, you know, and I don't really like it just comes. With this one, I feel like I'm trying. So it's one of those mornings. So hopefully, guys, we can get through this morning and give you some really great content like we are accustomed. Those of you celebrating your birthday, happy
birthday. Jael, one day we must sing to them, right? We must do a duet.
Happy birthday to you. I have no clue in my
birthday to you.
Yeah. Happy birthday. It's the 15th of the month. It's a half mark. Yo, yeah. Like, so if you're born today or today's your born day, good morning to you. And today's your love day.
Happy anniversary. We always say it's a good thing when you can celebrate an anniversary.
I appreciate the delay.
It's a good thing.
I congratulated somebody who got married a few days ago. I sent them congratulatory wishes, and I was like, congratulations. I'm not sure, but okay. I wish you congratulations. Yes.
Oh, gosh.
So, happy anniversary to the lovers out there celebrating whether it's your anniversary of marriage, your anniversary of togetherness.
Right.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yep. Trudy,
yes.
talk to me.
We have a very interesting show. I mean, following up from yesterday when we spoke about the fact that today would be the official day of reopening of our borders for Dominicans who would like to return home. We also thought about the students who are overseas studying and maybe have come home in this COVID period, were forced to come home, students who are stuck overseas and have not been able to come home. What about them? So today it's all about Dominican students who study overseas and, what's the deal with them now in this new COVID era? So it's a very, very interesting angle that we want to take this morning.
Yes, and we have 4 students who are going to be joining us. We have a squad, yes, this morning. So we're going to be doing them in pairs, and we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we want to encourage you guys before we come back. Make sure you
share the live. Guys. Yesterday, we were supposed to come and give you all some pressure. All the people who were on yesterday, half of you all didn't share the live. Don't make that happen today. You hear me warning you? Jael, warn them for me, please. Warn them.
Today I want to go to time on my hand and I want to be petty. I want to be petty, Betty. I will come underneath the live and be like, you don't share the live, but you blast
you didn't share the live. What's happening? Guys, make sure you share that live whilst we're on break. Let everybody get a chance to listen to this conversation. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. Very important too.
Yes. So we're going to take a short break. We're going to pay some bills. When we come back, more Woman to Woman right here on your favorite station.
Vibes Radio.
Yes. We come back right after this.
Do you have a question for us on Woman to Woman? Send in your questions on 767-245-0514 or email us at w2w.vibesradio@gmail.com. Tune in Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to the Champion Station with Jael Joseph and Trudy Christian, only on Vibes Radio.
Didn't you know the only place to go, Vibes Radio? Silk say so.
We wake you up to take you up, so stay up like a champion.
It's always a great deal at LA Jubilee Hardware Store. A wide variety of wood and metal curtain rods at amazing prices. So many patterns for your home and business decor needs. We have roofing, concrete, and wood screws of all lengths, nails by pound and bulk, hand and power tools, paint and paint accessories, all types of silicones, door locks, and hinges, shop or decorative mirrors and housewares, cutlasses and garden tools, ladders, wheelbarrows, kitchenware, pots and pans and kitchen appliances, durable ironing boards, clothes dryers, toilets, face basins, kitchen sinks, bathroom faucets, and so much more hardware items. At LA Dubany Hardware Store, you get special discounts when you spend over $29. What are you waiting for? Come home to quality at LA Dubany Hardware.
Huggies Active Sec disposable diapers provides the best absorption results. Its Velcro Dura technology provides a long-lasting fit for up to 12 hours of absorption and are available in sizes small to XXL at an affordable price. Huggies Active Sec, leading your baby to explore the world. Available at all supermarkets and shops island-wide and distributed by Springfield Trading Limited.
Woman, I am woman, I am woman, yeah. Hey, this is your girl, Mikkel Henderson, and you're listening to Woman2Woman on Vibes Radio, the one and only. Keep it locked.
We're back.
We are back.
We are back. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Rosemond. Good morning to the folks who are just coming in, Rosalind. And good morning, guys. Hope you guys are having an awesome day.
Good morning to Al. So I'm checking out the Woman2Woman live. So we have, a lot of people coming on. Good morning to you guys. And I also got a message from a COVID listener saying that they're listening in silence this morning. We forgot to big up that crew. So the COVID listeners, good morning. We know you're on, but you're not commenting on the live.
They're unable to comment. It's okay. To comment. We understand for the COVID listeners, right? We understand. But those of you who are not COVID, we hope that you guys share the live, right? Because we are about to get. Trudy, I want you to do the introduction because for the most part, the students who are coming on, you are very familiar with them. So I'd like to do the introduction.
So we have one with us in the first segment, Almira Lewis and Selena Coffey. Both of them are past students of the Dominica State College. That's where I first met them and interacted with them. And they have since started pursuing studies abroad. They've left Dominican shores, and we are very happy to have them on with us. Good morning, Almira. Good morning, Selena.
Good morning.
How are you guys?
I'm okay.
I'm good.
Nothing to be nervous about.
No, I'm just a bit tired, but I'm okay.
Oh. Almira, at least you may be not tired because you didn't have electricity and you had mosquitoes biting you. So, so at least you may be a little better than I am this morning. Guys, ladies, let us know, first of all, tell us where each of you all decided to go to study. Let's start off with that. Where are you studying and what are you studying? Let's start off with that.
We like to take in alphabetical order, A before S,
Yes. So Almira, you would go first.
4 questions. Almira, go first.
Okay. So, my name is Almira Lewis again. I am currently at Midwestern State University, and my majors are global studies or international relations and Spanish. Yes.
Okay. So my name is Selena Coffee. During the start of COVID-19, I was at the University of the Virgin Islands, studying psychology, but I graduated. I received my diploma, so I have my BA in psychology, summa cum laude. Yeah, but right now, actually, I'm transitioning into grad school, so I'm currently in DC,
Ah,
and I'll be doing counseling psychology.
you'll be doing counseling psychology.
Yes.
Ah, nice. So we have international relations and we have a psychology person on board. International relations and psychology, right? No, and Spanish, right,
Yes.
Almira?
Yes.
Right. And psychology for Selena. All right.
That sounds good. What university are you at, Selena?
I'll be going to Howard University.
Mm,
Yeah, I'll be getting my doctorate from Howard.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
You mentioned that you had to transition from one university to the next, meaning that you had to travel
Mhm.
to the US. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Okay, wow. So, for me, COVID-19 was a game changer because I'm a planner. I love to plan. I have the 2020 plan on all everything. But you couldn't plan when it happened because it made everyone like backwards against the wall. They didn't know how to move on. So for me, like I was like, okay, in May I'm going to graduate. Graduation ceremony. I'm going to see my mom because I was in St. Thomas at the time. That couldn't happen. And then my university decided to, instead of having the virtual ceremony, they're gonna have an in-person ceremony. But that's gonna happen in December. So now I'm thinking like, okay, so what am I gonna do for December or until December rather? And in that time, like it was still in that process of like admissions process for grad school, and that's very stressful, honestly. It works your anxiety on a normal basis. So with the virus, it just slowed down certain processes and it made certain things even harder to understand. So that was a lot on my mental health. But I have a strong support system, so thankfully I got through that. And I only got to travel this week. Yeah, I only got to travel this week to come up here. Yes, and what else? Oh, there was the ice scare as well. So, for those of you who do not know, released regulations stating that on international students who will be going to universities in the United States that will be fully online had to either leave the United States or will not be able to enter. Those who are completely in person, like functioning as normal, they are only allowed to take one online class and or 3 credits. And there's also hybrid program. So my school is going to be hybrid. But it is actually going to be hybrid still. And that's also a rules and regulations because then the international office of your school has to um, relay your status with ICE to make sure that you're doing as minimum online classes as possible. It was just really a lot. So the transition process for me was very nerve-wracking. I constantly had to be checking the school website, checking immigration updates, still trying to figure out if everything will be okay, finances as well. It was just, oh, but I'm here, so hopefully we can get somewhere.
That, that is quite a story. And I mean, and for if somebody has anxiety or suffers from anxiety, I mean, having to go through, that level of not knowing essentially could really trigger that anxiety, I'm sure. Almira, what about you? When COVID-19 happened, and everything seemingly changed, how was it for you over there at Midwestern State University?
So MSU is different. Well, I would say we were blessed in the sense that when COVID-19 initially happened, and a lot of us were hearing that some schools were telling students to leave campus, MSU allowed us to stay on campus. Not only that, but I was still allowed to work. So I was still making money, even during, all the chaos and everything. The most nerve-wracking thing for me, I would say, was the transition to online classes because I'm a face-to-face learner. And for those of us who learn by actually being able to ask questions and that kind of thing, it was very difficult, especially learning a foreign language where you cannot see your teachers to hear how things are pronounced. You're just going off of how you feel they are pronounced. And it was just kind of chaotic in that sense. But I would still say that maybe my situation is kind of different because even after that transition, I was able to come to my sister's house, whereas others had to think about what do I do next? Where do I go next? And I still have one more year at MSU. Luckily, like Selena, MSU is going to have a hybrid program as well, where we start off the semester face to face, and then later on during exam time we'll go online. So yeah.
Okay, I have a question for both of you. Like, I'm hearing you guys speak about, all of this, the transitioning and whatever. And but you guys are away from your families for the most part. I mean, with you, Amory, with your sister. But how do you feel about not knowing when next you can see? For example, you seeing your mom, or all of that. How does that make you feel?
Um,
Go first.
You can go ahead, Amira.
Oh, me? Okay, sorry.
Yes.
As you said, Selena, I was like, okay. Well, for me, I have been here for 2 years now. I have not been home since I've been up here. And I'm about to enter my last year of school, so I'll be here for 3 years. But not seeing my mom, it can be difficult sometimes because you get used to having that person around you. But just the fact that I have my sister here, like I still feel close to home, and I have my nephew, so it's like I miss home, but I don't miss it as much because New Jersey is such a, I would say, like a diverse state. So I have a lot of family here, and then my sister, she's my biological sister and everything. So it's like I still have family where I am, and I talk to my mother almost every day as much as I can, so just to keep that connection going.
Selena?
okay, so for me, well, I miss my mom. Anyone who knows me knows me and my mom, best friends, like really. But we speak every day, obviously. WhatsApp video call, and then we have to text after. Like we talk every day, all day. But for me, I really miss that personal interaction with her. So I was blessed because I went home for carnival, right? And if it was such a spontaneous decision, and I was speaking to her, I was just so happy I did it because I don't know when I'm gonna see my mom again because she was supposed to come out for graduation, right? But then no graduation. And right now I'm in a different state. I'm all the way over here. I don't know if she's gonna come up, when she'll be able to come up. Maybe we might see each other for December, but everything is still so up in the air. So right now all I can depend on is technology, and to be honest, I really miss her. I miss her cooking, especially. If everyone that knows Tina coffee knows Tina's food is amazing. I miss that so much. And I also miss my brother. But right now in DC, I'm not around family, but I do have family in other states. So whenever I can, I will try to transition. But the whole transportation thing with the COVID-19 as well is you have to be careful. You're not gonna just go somewhere just because you feel like you want to go because you can put yourself at risk. But there's your family at risk as well. So for now I'm just depending on technology to keep the bond alive.
My question to you, ladies, like listening to you speak, we in Dominica have, for quite some time, we've not had any new cases of COVID-19, and so we are at a different level or stage than the United States, where both of you all are currently, and where we see cases just rising exponentially, you know. So, you know, with that situation in the US, how does it make you feel being in the United States at this time? Do you have any fear about, you know, COVID and actually getting COVID? Do you ever feel like, boy, it was best I was in Dominica where, you know, the numbers are not skyrocketing? Like that. Tell me, you know, what are your feelings about COVID and being in the US right now?
Okay, for me, it's scary because where I'm in New Jersey, Somerset, the cases have kind of declined. But then I have to think of returning to Texas, where the cases are just going through the roof. And even in Wichita Falls, which is where my school is located, like every time I speak to my friends, they're like, Almira, like today, the numbers today are worse than it was yesterday. And not just with that, seeing that it's my last year, so I have to think of beyond my bachelor's degree. So hopefully finding another country or another state that is willing to take a student from Texas where the cases were so high, it's kind of like you're kind of like with this getting anxiety about that too. So it's kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, so for me, coming from St. Thomas, I am stayed with family, right? So I was indoor a lot. I wasn't really I was worried about COVID obviously because then you would have to go outside for like supermarket to go to to go to the supermarket and stuff like that. But it wasn't I didn't feel like directly at risk to be honest. But coming up here is different because I'm in DC and although it's not one of like the top 10 states with the the growing cases, but the cases are still a lot. There is a lot and it's still rising. So yeah, I'm very concerned. I hand sanitizer is like I don't know, we become one really. If I touch a door, hand sanitizer. If someone pass too close to me, hand sanitizer. If you sneeze around me, you will get a side eye because why are you sneezing in times like this? This is not the time to be sneezing outside. But yeah, really actually like right now where I am very concerned about it, and I really not just myself because sometimes you can be asymptomatic and everything. I'm really concerned about those that I interact with as well because I don't want to put anybody in that kind of position either.
I know, and I can imagine too much. Like one of the thoughts that goes in my mind, like also being a student, is that once I get it and I have to like be hospitalized, like who's gonna come and see me? And who's gonna come and see me? And what if I die? And all of these things go through my mind, like what will happen to my kids? So much goes through your mind when because like right now my grandfather is ill and he's hospitalized, but I can't go see him because they're not allowing you into the hospital. And he had surgery, and we cannot go see him because and it's all because of COVID, right? He's not hospitalized as a result of COVID, having contracted the disease, but because of COVID-19, there's so many limitations, so much restrictions as to how you can interact with people who end up in the hospital or just generally. So you guys are really strong, that you especially recently, you're literally on your own. You're literally on your own, especially doing the umbilical cord having the umbilical cord attached to your mom.
Yeah.
I really want to commend you.
Right. So
I mean,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I mean, it's not the first time being away from her, but I think it's just usually, like I said, I'm a planner, right? So even though, like, for example, I went to Denmark last year for a semester, so I was really far away from her. But just the fact that knowing, okay, I'll be back soon, or I'll see her this time, I might, like planning to see her, or whatever, and knowing that is a possibility that I can see her, that's different. But just knowing the fact that I don't know when, that's different. Yeah.
Well, Amira, you're in your final year, or you're
Yes.
going to your final year, and how do you feel about attacking that year? Like, do you feel confident? What's going on?
Okay, well, Selena might be able to relate because she's been through her senior year. Approaching the senior year, it's a lot to take on because you have to really start thinking, okay, where do I go to graduate school after, or in the US or in any state that you go to, where am I going to possibly get a job or OPT after school? I would like to go to grad school after, so my senior year is not just going to be about ensuring that my GPA is where it's staying where it should be, but also what is the next step for me in the US, and not just in the US, but wherever I get the opportunity to go to grad school. So it's like a lot of filling out applications with still the uncertainty that Corona may not go away anytime soon. So it's like you have to think about, okay, where's the best place for me to do grad school even after this year is over? Because
it's not even a matter of what school I want to go to now. It's like, what is the best?
yes, because you have to consider that Corona is very real. COVID-19 is very real, and it's not just about this is the school I want to go to. You have to also think about, okay, the number of cases in that place, or is it a hybrid system? So will I have to go back home because of this whole ice thing? It might come back. You never know. So you have to think about all of those things.
Right. And as you mentioned the ice situation. Yesterday I read that the decision was rescinded by the Trump administration. So I'm sure at least that brought some relief to you guys. But at the same time, you never know what other weird decision is coming up next.
Exactly. Exactly.
Every month things just pop up.
Right.
Yeah.
Things are consistently changing. So
Mema has a question. Are you guys applying for any internships? Is what
I did, and then for this summer actually, and because of COVID-19, it got cancelled. Yes.
I'm sorry about that. For me, I'm not applying for any internships individually. However, it is a part of my school's program for first year students. So that I don't know how it's gonna work out exactly because, like I said, because of COVID-19, a lot of things are delayed in terms of like relaying information. However, I do know it's a part of the program for the first year. It's part of practicum, so I will be on an internship somewhere, somewhat.
Okay.
Imagine it's nerve-wracking for me because I'm supposed to be doing internship next year, and I'm like, how is that gonna like? What am I supposed to do? Like, and granted, I already know where I'm going. Like, I organized, but it's like the dynamics of it because before you would have to go in. How do you work around that? And you don't know how different places have set up themselves to the new normal. And their new normal maybe at home. So how are you going to do that when you're supposed to be like kind of like watching somebody or trying to figure out things out from somebody else's work? So that's going to be difficult. But I really commend the both of you, on you guys. No, they say I'll be back. You guys are. I hate to use that word, but I'm going to use it. Resilient. And I want to commend you and your family because I know you guys couldn't have done this without the support of your family. It's so important knowing that you have people who love you, people who care about you. In your case, Amira, that you could stay with somebody who's going to have your back. And in your case, you know that you can pick up just a phone call away if you feel down or if you feel depressed. So I really want to commend you guys and your family because it's not just you. Like, and you're in this like as a community, literally.
Right. Very true.
So important. Yes, Serena?
I just wanted to say, well, I wanted to thank the government of Dominica as well, because for me personally, they they've made efforts to make sure that I was fine. Also throughout my educational journey, they've been very present, very active. So I feel like it's fair to include them as part of my
That's
support
true.
system, and I
That's
should say
true.
thank you.
That's true. Very true.
Nice.
Guys,
Thank thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
And good luck in
you.
everything that's to come.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
okay, so today we're gonna connect with
Mariage Emmanuel should be on with us, and Corinne George.
yes, so we're gonna be connecting with them in just a little bit. I need to put in her name.
Okay. So we just spoke to, for our listeners, particularly those on radio. We just spoke to two Dominican students who are still overseas in the US, Almira Lewis and Selena Coffey. And we have coming up next two Dominican students who have returned home since the onset of COVID-19. So we have two different, angles and viewpoints coming this morning. So we have with us Miss Corinne George. Good morning, Corinne, and Miss Mariage Emmanuel on with us right now, trying to figure out their cameras.
She's hearing us.
You can hear us?
You can hear us, Corinne?
Yes.
All right, Corinne is hearing us. Corinne, just ease up your camera a little bit so we can see more of your face. Yeah.
Right, that's good.
Mariage, you're not hearing us, right? I don't know. She's not hearing us. She's probably gonna need to log back off and come back on.
Okay.
We'll start the conversation with Corinne. Corinne.
Corinne, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well this morning.
All right. We just spoke to two students who are still in the United States. You have returned home from study. We want to know from you, where were you studying and when did you return home? And how was that experience for you?
Well, I was studying at a school in Pennsylvania, Bucknell University. They announced that they will be going completely remote, I think, in March. So I went to stay with my father in Florida. And then I was basically just waiting for Dominica's borders to open. So the first opportunity to come down, I took it on June 9th. The group of students that came down quarantine, I was a part of that. I wouldn't say it was I am a very paranoid person. So my anxiety was up for the entire experience. I didn't touch anything, didn't speak to anybody. My mask never came off of my face. I never left the room during quarantine. But I would say it went really smoothly and nobody was infected on the plane. So it was a pretty good experience. And my experience in quarantine was I personally had a good experience because I just slept all the time. I had no responsibilities. So that was perfect for me.
So did you spend 2 weeks in quarantine?
Well, what happened was they tested us after 8 days, and everybody who tested negative was allowed to go home, and they would have done follow-up and call you to see if you developed a fever or anything.
Ah, okay. And were a lot of students returning along with you at the time that you came back?
Yes, the flight was full of students.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Sorry about that.
It's all right. I told you guys last night, technology happens, and when it happens, we go with the punches, okay? So don't be worried. The viewers and the listeners, they understand that we're working with technology here, and it's not always going to be consistent. So thank you for coming back on and joining us. Okay, so we were talking to Corinne, and when we ask questions, we tend to do it in alphabetical order. So in your case, it will be Corinne first, and then you go next for any questions that we would pose. Trudy, was this
So Maria, I was asking Corinne, to tell me a bit about her return home in the COVID era. And first of all, I'll ask you, where were you studying and what was it like, coming home for you?
Okay. So I study at the University of Nottingham in England. a city called Nottingham. Returning home for me, honestly, I was very nervous at the time because to be honest, at the time I wasn't necessarily concerned about my personal health as much. I was just terrified that I would bring the first case to Dominica. That was on my mind always. So I used to try to sleep like the day or so before I was coming home, and like I'd get a dream about COVID literally. So there was a lot of nerves during that time. But I was lucky enough to come in before having to do like the state quarantine. I spent the 2 weeks at home, and then I extended it to like a month. But I was able to do home quarantine, and I came on March 21st, which was the day before our first case. So
Oh,
in terms of travel, I didn't really have many restrictions. I actually felt like they were pretty lax in the airports. I felt like people were not taking it that seriously. Not Dominica, but I mean, the journey to here. So it was pretty easy, I guess, because of the time that I came.
I have a question for you. You mentioned that you got in March 21st.
Yes.
When did you realize that you could not continue at school and that you made the decision to leave?
Okay. That was 2 days before, because I had already, yeah, probably a day and a half or so. I had already bought all the groceries. I was well stocked. I was mentally prepared to stay, but that was only because I was told that our classes were no longer going to be in person. They were going to be online, but they were not sure about exams. So when they confirmed that exams were going to be online as well, my parents and I decided really quickly that I needed to get out, because at the time, like Europe was the hotspot, so they were very concerned for me. So immediately we just like decided to contact storage and everything and get it done.
Wow, so it was like a day and a half to
Yes.
pack your bags,
Yeah. 2 days maybe.
storage, and get out.
Yes.
wow. That is something else. And it's amazing that like you literally just bit the bullet, like coming in on the 21st, and then things just changed by the 22nd with the announcement of the first case. Like literally, that's when, things shut down here and the curfew, came about a little while after, and lockdown. And so it's like you came in like right in the nick of time.
And that's what was concerning me as well. I used to be well, in those 2 days, I only had 2 days really. But in those 2 days, I was saying, what if something changes? Antigua's borders close, or England was going to close its borders. I was concerned about like what would change those borders. That was something that was on my mind all the time too.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You guys move quickly in getting out, getting home. You also spoke about you now having online classes. How has that worked out for you in terms of your exams, in terms of the whole structure of now transitioning from like in class to online?
Karin, you can go.
Yes. I really dislike the online class structure personally, because I just really hate it, like sitting in front of my laptop and just being talked at, because I am a very interactive classroom person. I like to ask questions, I like to participate, and that is really difficult when there are like 20 other people in a Zoom class, and the teacher doesn't always see that you're raising your hand to unmute your mic. And my major is literature and political science, two very heavy discussion type. So most of my classes are really discussion based. Like that's how we get marked for like participation in class. So it has been really difficult to transition from just coming to class and answering questions to having to write essays almost every day. And my school transitioned very poorly, in my opinion, because all the teachers took it that because together with them like face to face, then you must be idle. And they were not, I guess I can't really blame them for not coordinating with each other on deadlines, but I would have like 12 things due at midnight on Sunday, and like classes would overlap with each other. Like while one class is going on, that's when an exam for another class would start. So it was really stressful. It was really, really, really stressful. I've never experienced that level of difficulty, even in person at class at that school. So I'm hoping that they work out the glitches in the upcoming semester, but I didn't like it at all.
Mariam, what about you?
My experience is actually the opposite. I didn't have much school left at the time that everything transitioned to online learning, we were going to have a month-long break, I think, beginning on April 5th. So, and after that, our exams would start. So, for the week and a little bit more up until that time, we just had to watch lecture recordings. I never had any physical classes to attend or anything like that. Just lecture recordings. So it was pretty simple for me. And then they had revision, well, not revision classes, again, revision recordings to watch for the exams. And I actually liked the exam format. I did better, I feel, because of it. It was take-home essays. It was even a take-home essay for like a math course, like a mathematical economics course. And I think it actually benefited me in the end. So I was a little apprehensive at first, but I grew to like it. I wouldn't choose online learning. I would still prefer to go back to campus or like learn on a campus. But that little time that I had to do it online, it worked out fine for me.
Right. And it's interesting, like people's experiences with online learning differ, I guess, based on personality and also based on what is the subject area that you are pursuing. Like Corinne just said, a lot of discussion is required, for her literature, and for you, maybe discussion forums are not the major, form of learning, So it's interesting. One person appreciated it, the other person was like, nah, not so much. Mariah, you didn't tell us what you majored in. I forgot to ask that.
Yeah, economics.
Economics, okay.
How are you guys feeling in your time now? What are you guys doing now?
Well, presently, it has been a very stressful couple of days, especially with going back and forth the ICE regulation. So I had made plans to stay home until December, and I don't know if people are aware, but I do nails. So I was setting up and preparing to do nails for the time period that I am home. But then with the ICE regulation, I was like, oh, I need to go back because I'll lose my visa. So I was in the process of unpacking and like planning to leave Dominica. So now I'm in the process of like settling down again and reopening and just planning for the upcoming semester. So I think that'll be what I'll basically do while I'm here, just like school and the occasional appointments.
So have you decided that you're gonna stay in Dominica for the duration of the next semester?
Yes, it is the best choice for now. I was looking at going back to campus because like I just really hate online learning. But the more that I look at it, I think my campus could quickly become a hotspot because of where it is located, and just some students have written early, and I don't really like the way that they are treating the virus, like it's hypothetical. So I think I will be staying home until January.
Okay. Maria?
Okay, well, if my school gives me the option to do the next semester online, then I would. But as of now, they've already told me the date I'd have to return and everything in September. So I feel like I don't want to take a semester off. So if that's the only option, then I will go back. But the question was, what am I doing in quarantine right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I decided to start learning German on Duolingo. Yeah. Actually, a while ago, just before I came live on this show, I finished a virtual internship, consulting experience thing. Other than that, honestly, I've just been being home. I don't know if COVID made me realize things that I hadn't realized before, but I'm so much closer to my family and friends. I spend way more time with them. So I would say that a lot of my time in Dominica has been just quality time with the people I love, if I'm being honest. Other than that, I cook, I exercise. So I've never been bored, if I'm being very honest. Never been bored.
Nice. Maraj, a question specifically for you though. In your plans to return, because you said your school, has given you the date of recommencement and everything. What are your feelings about the status of COVID in the area where you are, Nottingham? Have the cases escalated? How is the virus being managed at this time?
To be honest, before I left, they were never really giving figures for that exact area. I just knew about England, and I always heard that London was a hotspot. But just basically the general day-to-day runnings, I didn't get the impression that it was really serious out there. I'm not saying it's a countryside, but it's a pretty mellow place. But I was still fearful, you understand? But I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not sure of the statistics for the exact area. But I mean, I don't want to cry down anybody in England or anything. But my observation when I was there is like the hygiene was not what I was used to in the Caribbean, to be honest. So Nottingham, London, wherever, it just wasn't up to par for me. So I feel like it could be spread that way. You know, people just not practicing proper hygiene. So I would still be concerned all the time, and I go around hand sanitizer everywhere and all that. And I would be fine with just staying in my room as long as I don't have to go to a class. So if I have to go back, then I will make do. I will just do what I have to do, really.
Wow, sounds a little scary. But
Yeah.
it seems like you have it figured out. In terms of what the next move is for both of you, as it relates to continuing your education and still remaining safe. Because one chose to not return because I'm not gonna deal with that, and the other one has decided, well, we're gonna continue as the university sees fit. I want to encourage you guys, to keep pushing and keep pressing. You guys know that first of all, going to university is a difficult decision because you have to leave your family, what you're accustomed to, the environment and custom of living in, and learning a completely new culture. And you guys have been doing it. How long you guys have left? Both of you have left in school?
I have 2 more years. Yeah, my third year now. So 2 more.
I as well. I'll be done in 2022.
Wow.
Same.
So I wanna tell you guys, to hang in there. You can do this.
Angel, what's very amazing about both of their stories and the stories of the two ladies we had, prior, Selena and Almira, is that nobody has given up. Nobody's like, you know what? This thing, let me just put that aside until the world sorts itself out, So, as you said earlier, Jael, the resilient word might have to be used. The resilient word might have to be used here because everybody's kind of figuring out a way to still continue pursuing their education. And I'm very proud about that because this is a time where giving up would definitely be
the
option. Yes.
Yes. And I want to commend your families too for really, especially you, Maria, and your family took the step and they moved quickly.
Yes.
It's not always the case for a lot of students because there would be financial implications, getting out of England in such a short space of time. And I'm sure if they didn't have the means to do that, you might have had to stay a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And so commend your families for making really quick and important decisions, in helping you guys through. And it's good to see that you've connected better with them and the bond. It's something that's coming out of COVID, right? The bond has grown stronger. And I want to commend you and your family, as well as you, Cohen. Like the resilient one, you're a hustler. The girl trying to make money, her bob and make her nails.
She did mine, by the way. She did mine.
So big up that's what you making lemonade out of lemons, right? She's back home, so she's back on her hustle. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really so proud of the two of you. I don't even know you guys, but I'm so proud of how you guys have dealt with the situation. And the two others we have, before the two other students, Lena and Amira, on how you guys have dealt with all of this adversity. And you guys are definitely coping and doing it. And I want to wish you guys all the best in your the next stages of your life, and good luck with your studies.
Yes. Good luck. Good luck, ladies. Bye.
Bye.
See, sometimes we make a big deal out of stuff. We make such a big deal out of stuff, and we get to speak to these students, Trudy, and you see how they decided to switch everything to a positive stance. Like they take a positive outlook and saying, you know what, we're not gonna let this COVID thing take us. Literally, and I think a lot of adults can learn from that.
Yes, a lot of us older adults. Everybody, I always need to remind you all, Jael has said I'm middle-aged. So a lot of us middle-aged adults can learn from these young adults, you know, how adaptable they are and how they have to just roll with the punches. And in the past few years, to be honest, these young people have had a whole lot of punches to be rolling with. It's from Hurricane Maria to now COVID-19. And
I'm sure there might have been financial setbacks because Maria is in a financial state, and all of these, you know, and financial setback can cause pressures on families, on family life, I mean, look at Corinne on her hustle, you know, doing her nail business and stuff. I'm so proud to have spoken to them. I feel honored, you know, to have spoken to them. I think they're really good for, you know.
Definitely. 3 of the 4, my past debaters, champion debaters, Almira, Corinne, and Maria. So let me just say this right here. Windward Island debating competition champions of 2017 and 2018. So these ladies are phenomenal all around the world. Phenomenal. Right, Jael?
Yes.
End of our time.
End of our time. Thank you very much, guys. All of you who tuned in, you know, to today's show. We hope that it made you feel a little bit better about what happens next, because, you know, the borders are opening back up, and it's people are going to be coming in, and one of the things that I cannot help but remember, they stress, you know, the level of we need to take precautions, hygiene, make sure that we practice the necessary. I'm sure the airports and whatever ports that are open will make arrangements as it relates to the protocol that needs to be followed. And want to encourage you guys to please don't be an idiot. Please follow the necessary precautions that are put in place, regardless of the countries that you fly into, because everyone has their own way of dealing with it based on the history, based on the advice from their various ministries, based on the Caribbean as a unit. Everybody's dealing with it differently. So what you might experience in Antigua, you might understand experience in Barbados or even in Dominica. You literally have to mend and bend your ways to be accommodating and in order for them to accommodate you at the different ports of entry. So just behave all yourself and don't get and just listen to what people are saying and follow the precautions so that we can stop the spread or prevent the spread of COVID-19 throughout the islands.
Right. Jael, end of our show. Tomorrow we have a big show planned for you.
The sexologist is coming back.
Yes, the sexologist, Dominica Henry, will be back tomorrow to finish off as much as possible the question that we started last week, Thursday. So we had so many unanswered questions. Let me just remind you guys listening, don't wait till the last minute to send in your questions. Send them now. Our email address, www.vibesradio@gmail.com. It's on the screen if you're looking at us on social media, www.vibesradio@gmail.com. Send us your questions. Make sure you get in that discussion tomorrow with sexologist Dominica Henry. Jael, I'm pumped. Ready?
You're ready for tomorrow.
Ready for tomorrow. So I will see you same time, same place tomorrow.
Yes, see you guys. Have an awesome Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, hump day, guys, and enjoy your day. Whatever you're doing, make sure you be productive, right? Be productive. All right, guys. Until tomorrow. Bye.
Advertise on the Woman2Woman show on Vibes Radio. Featured regionally and internationally. Your very